Well, My learned Nipponi's friend is obviously in training to be a clown, by the way he regales us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus. I've seen images of this line before, and now I get to read it for the first time. You put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for you. I, didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. And the accused was coming home from your books instead of bourbon books. There's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Ugh. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponi's friend. Wherever the man purchases musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Yeah, so now what? As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. What say, eh? I'll know for this now. Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. She's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. The Kenso Oseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but we might as well raise an objection. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your butler's lodgings, Miss Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Objection. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way round. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime. But, yes, I've got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe this. That's not great. I thank you, my learned friend. I suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you insightful jurors? Oh, we're already doing this, are we? But even if that is the case, the defense still... Uh-oh. I agree with Lord Van Zeet. Wholeheartedly, in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean? We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty! Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Oh dang, she has a deeper voice than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna have to try for a deeper voice with her. With her. Yeah, I didn't think she had a deep voice like that. Dang. Alright, well, if she comes up again, I'll... Well, I mean, I am gonna have to talk to her. So I'll try for a deeper voice with her. It would appear the jury's leans is unanimous. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably. Miss Naruhodo. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those guys are quarry, not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with the summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his... Uncas? Oh, that's a word. Well, this Uncas refused to throw in his alley. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Alright. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted himself, didn't he? And he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes. Well, it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the book shop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books, yes. Nice shop, that. But Bowman books? No, not worth a visit. The hell am I supposed to work with there? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna have to press them. Yeah. Alright. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to see the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Miss Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know, I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. At the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Alright, let's do it. Alright. Now there's like 1 or 2 people This juror number 5 is like, he just wants to get this over with. I don't think it's worth it. No, I can press him. Yeah, he already admitted it. Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it, anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. As the gold rushed out under, I came back to London to work. It was all going swimmingly until you started fosking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young actor pegged as criminals. Well, you know, water under the bridge. Yeah, there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around. The police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the Hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. I'm free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. Who knows? Anyways. Yeah, it could have been the victim. I don't know of anyone else it could have been. You're right, that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite, that's precisely my point. Clearly that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. But let's not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But that's a lie as you're suggesting. Do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? I really couldn't say. After all, you are a foreign. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? Oh, yeah. Well, screw you too. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I did declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one could have possibly committed this awful crime. Ugh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. That went well for her. Okay, nothing with two of them. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. But you can't deny there are other routes Mr. Natsume could have taken back from your books. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. At the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Well, yes, that's true as well. As I understand, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible. Well, yes. Why is all this true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here. I have given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone the Calabash Roadway, it'd be different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would. The reason why I'm so sick is I might have taken the longer way home. It's a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. Huh. Alright, we'll keep him in mind, then. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. That's terrible. Whatever. Whatever's the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garadeb, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume's room? The master's wife? Where did you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid! The maid, you understand? She's keeping up that charade. This is gonna be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean? I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was a letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Well, anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. What? Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks. And don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm, nothing more? Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She's said enough damning things already. I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. And no? A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too. So is my family's. Ah. Well, I see you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning, find out what he needs doing. If letting the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's all slog from dawn to dusk, it is. So, you are digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just around the corner from where it all happened. That old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence. That's right. Meerschaum Street it was. Meerschaum Street. On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add the information to your formal statement, please. What's the point of that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir. It's important. Fine, I'll do it then. Really now? You know what? It was worth a talk to you after all. I got something. Hey, I know, hey. You want to know why he wouldn't have gone the short way? This is why. Alright. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. What? I just wanted to get started dusted. Well, juror number 3? Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable. Which means the defendant's route home could not take him along Meerschaum Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? Most might go 2 yards or more the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along turned back and go the other way. So the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. Well, I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we see now that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may? Yes? I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. What about you, sir? Who, me? Well, alright then. So, the prosecution's argument should be filled in, that's what I say. Filled in like a cracked up road, or something. Filled in like a pothole, we'll say that. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. Alright, let's have a listen to that old man who's hard of hearing. Alright. Now, if only just identifying one more clue discrepancy that would make them stop dying, Mr. Natsume. Alright. Let's do it. Vance is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal. Alright. Okay. Blah blah.
Hold it!
Okay. Tell us what you have to say. Sorry? Folded, you say? Fold what? No, what I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of oat tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. That's before 5, you say? Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road and I slipped on the ice and donked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road. Let's remember where that is. Yes. That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry? Extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now. Okay, yes, I know that. Okay. Let's see. Someone in green. Oh, dang it. I didn't want to do that. Wait a minute now. A woman in green. Someone wearing green collapsing before his eyes. Hold on. You're wearing green.
Objection.
Hey, hold on now. Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of secondhand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we all were aware of this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection.
Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him on that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim, who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! Oh? My goodness, you mean? That's right. And I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting that the person on the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was a jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. But look at that! My goodness me! Wait, that's supposed to be deeper. Sorry, you need No. Stop. And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6. It means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh. You idiot, old man. You haven't been so daft to be roaming about there. We would have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking? Wearing such a befuddling coat. What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days, Is it a crime to slip over all the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but... You'd like to change your leaning, I presume. I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you. I would too! What? Is it a crime to change your mind, is it? Well... Alright. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. This trial's gonna keep going. Well, that submission examination is concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. Nice too. The nose for. So the nose have it. The Mr. O-Nose have it. I wasn't even trying for that. I wasn't trying very good anyway. Not guilty, as they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Oh, of course, Fed Seats is not a fan of that. Well, too bad. Could it seem churlish of me to drink my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection? Only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Eh? Whatever do you mean? I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed, stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe he said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir. That's right. But the whole day they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Now, my lord and Nipponi's friend, tell me. Do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches would have had a hope of passing anyway. We just turned a gentlefolk back when they came. Kids just jump right over. Yeah, kids just jump right over us all the time. Your kids is no gentleman as far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. Is that true? Is it? The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume brought down Briar Road. Crushed in a single sentence. And, old man... Oh, Cold Man, you can talk! You say that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there suspicious-looking Nipponis behind you at the time? Oh, I can't say as I remember. You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? He says this old man that the accused saw. But I will lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Well, no, we can't. No, I don't think we can prove it. Oh boy. Order! Order! Oh, Vanseat, explain yourself. My lord, if you had such a treacherous argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the examination? I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. But my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel. Oh damn, the coat comes off. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What are you talking about? My lord? The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. Here we go. It's next witnesses? Mr. Naruto, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember. One of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright, no matter who Vanseat brings to the stand as his witnesses, or no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. Alright. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. Oh man, he's like super sleepy. Okay, what is even the voice I should use for you? Okay. Hold on, let me get adjusted in my seat. Okay, let's try something. Constable Roly Beate, sir. Nothing to report in the streets, sir. And I'm Miss Beate. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife. I don't have a good voice for her, but whatever. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know. Patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check the meters are running true. They're responsible for keeping the streets clean, and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights. There are a number of items on the list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet, I'd have collapsed long ago. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For London Bobby as a man of honor. And a man to slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beate? That's right, sir. Isn't it, Roly? Constable Roly Beate, sir. Nothing reports on the street, sir. What a great witness he's going to be. We're good. Let's hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir. If you can stay awake for it.